Welcome to another vocabulary presentation. Today we are going to learn about the word context. Context is one of the most common words in academic English. You've probably heard it before in any one of your classes in school, or even in the world, in a newspaper, or on the radio, or even in magazines. The two most common synonyms for the word context are the words circumstance and situation. Usually when we're talking about context, we're talking about the circumstances or situations around a person or a major event. As these synonyms suggest, when we talk about context, we're really talking about the circumstances or situation surrounding something else. The primary definition of the word context is the situation, events, or information that are related to something and that help you understand it. When you are asked to explain the context around something, it's important that you focus on the situation, events, or information around the thing you've been asked to find the context about. This idea of situations, events, or information can help make the idea of context a bit more concrete. When you're asked to think about context, you're really asked to think about how a variety of different things are all related to each other. You're being asked to think about how different events, people, cultures, situations, or information are all related to each other and help affect the thing that you are studying. Here are two examples of the word context. The first one is, to understand why the United States military is still in Afghanistan, we must look at the context of Western influence in the Middle East. In this example, we're looking at the situation of Western influence in the Middle East in order to understand the military conflict in Afghanistan. In the second example, it says, your behavior will be different in different contexts. For example, you might speak differently in your classes than you do with your friends at lunch. This example highlights how different contexts or situations affect our actions. A common phrase that uses the word context is the phrase, to take out of context. To take something out of context means to repeat part of what was said or written without describing the whole situation. Please watch the next video to see an example of a quote taken out of context.
Now, the president did have a rare moment of honesty during his speech, and I hope voters around the country are watching this.
Taxes are scheduled to go up substantially next year for everybody.
All right, that's right. I know the Anointed One will make sure that that happens.
Under the tax plan passed by the last administration, taxes are scheduled to go up substantially next year for everybody.
Time to pull out that pen and paper. It's your turn to respond. Please complete these two sentences. The first one is, in the context of a professional interview, I would probably wear... What would you wear? Next, complete this sentence. In order to understand the mayoral race in Boston, we must consider the context of what? Think about the choices we have for mayor. What situation, events, or information should we consider when making our decision?